How to pick a good font. Nothing's easier than that. You just go to Google Fonts, you take your mouse and then you point your cursor wheel there, you fire up your cursor wheel and not open sense, 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 not open sense. Yes! Seriously, how to pick a good typeface? The question is, what to pick a good typeface for? So in this video I'll cover the different kinds of text and the 3 questions you should ask before choosing a typeface. Ready to get started? Then welcome to Pimp My Type. Hello and welcome typography enthusiasts. My name is Oliver Schöndorfer, user interface designer and typographer. With Pimp My Type, my goal is to help you leverage the full potential of your website, app or digital product by showing it through the power of typography. This was fast. So in the last video I told you font follows function, but what function should it follow depending on your text? But first, let's say that there are no bad typefaces. There are badly used typefaces. Actually, this is not true. There are a lot of bad typefaces that are not well crafted. Characters are missing, umlauts, like in German, are missing, and they just not drawn well, and kerning is awful. Okay, let's say in most cases, not the typeface might be the problem, it might be how it's used. Not Comic Sans is the problem here with this logo. It's just everything else. What happened here? It's all over the place. It's a mess. It's just get away. If you take your digital product, website or app, you have 3 kinds of text. First, you have display text. Display text does not relate to display screens, it relates to display sizes, which means that it should be set above 20 pixels or 1.25 RAM if you like, which means in larger sizes, display sizes. Then you have body text, which is the main part of your text actually, or if it's a long reading website, this is the body text, is the main part. And then you have so-called functional text. Could be a label within the menu of your website, or it could be a caption below an image or a pull quote. And these different kinds of text appear all over your app or your digital product. You could use the display text for your pull quote and body text below that, and functional text for the labels in the tab bar in iOS, for example, in very small sizes then. But let's go back a step and ask ourselves 3 questions before we can choose a typeface. What's the key application? Is it a mobile app, or is it a long reading body text like app or website, for example, like a blog or a news website? Or maybe it's just a user interface that's a web app, for example. Then you're looking for different kinds of text. So what's the main application? What's the key audience? Who's going to use your product? In what circumstances? For example, when I did a design for the Association for the Blind, they have different needs than, for example, a website for a theater. Get into the mindset of your key audience and in what circumstances they will use your product or service. Maybe they are visually impaired, as in this example, or they are not. What limitations are there? Is there a budget allocated to buy typefaces? And there always should be. There always should be a budget. Let's say 200 to 300 euros. That would be enough to get started with a small project, for example. If there's not, this is one of the limitations. Then you have to look for open source or free fonts. So what limitations are there regarding branding? Are they using a corporate typeface? And does this corporate typeface fit the needs of the project? In most situations I worked in, there were brand guidelines, but they were mostly for print applications. And the typefaces there would not work that well in our digital product or in an app. So you could use another typeface or look for another typeface that serves the same purpose or look and feel. Or you could, for example, combine the corporate typeface as a display typeface for larger text and use the body text for another typeface. What's your key application? What's your key audience? And what limitations are there? These 3 questions should help you figure out for what kind of text you should want to optimize for. And in the upcoming videos, we'll cover these different kinds of texts in detail. Hope you learned something today. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Always happy if you hit that red button that says in terribly spaced all caps letters subscribe and hit the bell and so on, and see you next time. Was this politically correct? I'm not sure. But we're cool here. We are all cool here.